We'll share all of this and more today on Workshop Insider. We'll cut out the damaged part of this vinyl floor and a new piece to match. Then glue the new piece down so that it's flush. We can use a broken screw as an anchor to another screw. Sometimes we need our bolts to be a bit more secure so no one can unscrew them. In this case, we'll use blind rivets. Now they're not so easy to remove. Our vinyl floor is a bit loose here. We can drill a hole in the vinyl floor and fill it with wood glue. Now we'll cover the hole by melting a crayon and then shaving it flat. To securely pack fragile items, we'll need to place our item between 2 layers of spray foam and plastic wrap like so. Our item is ready to ship. We can also repackage the item like so for multiple shipments. Leave a brush in the paint bucket and it'll start to sink. We can mark out a little notch and then remove it using a handsaw. Now the brush will hang on the rim of the paint bucket. Putting duct tape on wood before cutting will keep the wood from splintering. Use a utility knife to cut the duct tape in the shape that you need. Now we'll cut along the edge with a jigsaw. And our wood has not splintered. We can even use a plastic straw to anchor this screw. Drilling into drywall can create a lot of dust. We can use this plastic bottle as a shield to collect the dust. Now when we drill, any dust falls into the cap. How can we prevent this marker from constantly rolling? Simply add a zip tie to the end. Water that's left on the ends of these shovels will cause the metal to rust. We can prevent that by filling a bucket with sand and motor oil. Now if we set our shovels inside the sand after working, the oil will prevent them from rusting. Sometimes the clamping pressure and too much wood glue causes the boards to slide. We can use a bit of salt to keep the boards from sliding. We'll learn how to make our own dowels in this next project. Start by cutting out 2 quarter circles. One needs a hole about the size of the dowels, and the second needs a large hole. Attach the boards to a stud like so, with the router in between. Now we can pass the square dowel through and round it to size. The mortise and tenon joint is one of the strongest joints that we can make to secure these 2 pieces together. We'll start by making the mortise. We'll mark the exact center and then use our mortise router, making multiple passes to cut it out cleanly. Next, we'll make the tenon. We want to make sure that it fits snug, so we'll never cut past our marks. We can remove most of the wood using our table saw, cutting the sides and the bottom. It should come out like this. We'll remove the rest of the wood using a chisel and sandpaper. Now our pieces fit nicely together, snug, and everything lines up. Our last project for this video will be a handcrafted curtain holder, made out of this log and the extra piece of scrap wood. We'll start by drilling a hole into the center of the log and cutting out a large hole in the center using a hole saw drill bit. Then we'll cut off a round about 1 inch thick. We'll want to sand off the bark of our circle piece, and also sand off the edges of our straight piece. We'll end up with 2 pieces that look like this. We'll apply varnish to both pieces and let them dry. Pass the curtain through the circle piece and then lock it in place. It's a fast and easy way to create clips for PVC pipe. Cut off a small end of the PVC pipe and slice it in half lengthwise. Secure the half into the wall with a screw. Now we can press down to clip our PVC pipe into the two halves. Now we'll be installing a ball valve. We need to stop the flow of water from this pipe, so we'll use a dowel. Gently hammer it in and then saw it flush if necessary. Next, we'll install the ball valve onto the pipe. This step will differ according to the kind of valve you're using. Once finished, carefully remove the dowel using a drill. Close the valve to complete the installation. Here's what it looks like from the other side when you install a hollow wall support into drywall. As it tightens, the wings flare out, which provides the support. We can make some very sturdy wall clips from the tops of plastic bottles. We'll heat the edges with a heat gun and then bend them over with a pair of pliers. Now we can screw our new clips into the wall to hold cables and pipes in place. Check out this cool way to keep your charging cables on hand. Tape a couple of magnets to the bottom of a binder clip. Now we can put the binder clip on the edge of a table to keep our cables within reach. We can remove the excess paint from paint rollers with a string and an empty paper towel roll. Press the tube down the brush to squeeze out the paint. Here's a quick and easy way to attach two aluminum frames together. Drill the screw in perpendicularly until it passes through the metal. Then turn the screw vertically and pass it through the frame below. We can make perfect circles using only a zip tie and a couple of pencils. Pass the strap through the head, then fold the zip tie in half. Use one pencil in the center of the circle and the other to trace the circumference. The bristles on brooms are easily damaged. We can extend their life by adding a bit of double-sided tape to sweep up any loose dust and protect the bristles. We can squeeze out the last bit of toothpaste with this next trick. Zip tie two pencils together and pass the toothpaste tube between the pencils. Installing tongue and groove flooring should be done so that the ends of each boards don't line up with the neighboring ends. We can do this by lining the boards up initially and then sliding one board down, like so. Here's a great way to twist together wires. Drill two small holes into this washer head bolt and then insert the wires into the holes. Attach the bolt into the chuck and then hold the wires with a vise. Drill to twist the wires together. If we wrap this solder around these two wires, we can solder them together using a blowtorch to melt the solder. After long enough use, the stone on this circle knife sharpening machine is no longer square. We can fix that with the help of an angle grinder. Looks like this doormat just won't stay put. We can give it some extra grip by using a bit of plastic wrap. Fold it over a few times to match the size of the doormat. How about a glass of orange juice? Using the top of a plastic bottle, trace and cut out a circle on the top of the orange and replace the peel with the bottle top. Attach a screw eye into the chuck and drill inside the orange. Now we can pour out the orange juice from the bottle top.